Good morning or afternoon, depending, or evening, depending on you where you are, and welcome to this edition of Monday Mindset, where we're going to talk about gratitude. Gratitude as a mindset shift. Gratitude is something that can completely change our life. So, I don't have a guest today since it's a holiday week, it's Thanksgiving weekend here in the United States. I decided rather than book a guest that I would talk about gratitude, and it probably will not be the full time today. We won't may not go the full half hour. And I did want to share something. For those in the US, this is Thanksgiving week. I know my Canadian friends had their Thanksgiving a little while ago. And in other countries, you may celebrate other holidays with your family. But over the next couple months, we're probably going to be celebrating a lot. And celebration is great. I love celebrating. And for some people, celebration may bring stress. Celebration may bring reminders of trauma. Spending time with family may not always be joyful. And I want to give you a couple tips and talk a little bit about gratitude because gratitude can change everything. They have done studies on gratitude, and what they have found, a couple of things they found. One, are gratitude comes. It's really something that comes from our unconscious mind. It's something we can consciously do, but it really resides in that unconscious mind. And what they found when they have studied brain waves and studied things is you cannot be grateful and be in a place of gratitude and hold a negative emotion at the same time. There's been research on this, and if you're feeling grateful, you can't be angry, you can't be sad, you can't be depressed. The mind just doesn't have the ability to hold those two emotions. So, gratitude truly is a freeing mindset because if we spend our life grateful for what we have, those negative emotions don't have any room to take hold in our brain. They don't have any room to affect us. And maybe you're saying, my life's not that great. Maybe things aren't going well. Maybe I don't have a lot to be grateful for. And well, I'm going to tell you you're wrong because we all have a lot to be grateful for. We're alive. There are people that aren't. There are people that would love to be alive and they know that they're dying, they're on their deathbed, they don't have that. So you're alive and you're breathing and you're on this earth. This world is amazing. I know maybe you don't live in a nice place, you're trapped in a city. I don't know, maybe, yet just think about the amazing things out there. You can find gratitude anywhere. I mean, a blade of grass. If you just take the time and look at a blade of grass and feel the texture of it and look at the color and watch how it grows, you can be grateful for that. You can be grateful for breathing, that you can breathe. You can be grateful for waking up every morning. You can be grateful that the sun rises. Gratitude doesn't have to come from amazing things. And as I said, it's something that can completely change your mindset. It can completely rebuild your life because when you're grateful, the emotions that can share with grateful are joy, love, fun, happiness. You can share gratitude with all those other emotions, yet gratitude cannot share with anger, fear, hate, despair, sadness. All those negative emotions cannot fit in gratitude at the same time. So, gratitude is going to help us get rid of those negative emotions. And you may be saying, well, that's easier said than done. And yet I still have things going wrong. Well, I want to talk a little bit more about some of the other things they have found about gratitude. Another study looked at when you send someone gratitude. They had people actually send a note or make a phone call to someone and tell them how they were grateful for it. And they found that one, it increased the happiness of the receiver, yet it actually increased the happiness of the sender even more. So if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling unhappy, send messages of gratitude. Call people you know, tell them thank you. Tell random people on the street, thank you for being here. You make the world a better place. All of these things will get your brain in that more positive mindset. And when your brain's in that more positive mindset, not only are you happier, it actually has physical benefits. It reduces stress. It brings up serotonins, reduces the negative hormones through your body. It backs your heart rate slows down. Your stress level goes down, which helps with digestion. It helps with muscle tension. Really, it's all positive. There's no negatives of being grateful. There's no negatives to being happy or joyful. And I know people have said to me, "What if you're just being delusional and you're not really joyful?" Well, I think joy is a choice. I think happiness is a choice. I have met people who had nothing. I used to volunteer to feed homeless people in downtown Houston, and these people had nothing. They lived on the streets, they had no jobs, they had no money, yet some of these people were happy. They had joy. They could find gratitude. When I interacted with them, it was pleasant, it was amazing, and they were grateful, and they could find joy in something. I've known people that have lost both limbs, arms and legs, and I've seen them be positive and joyful. Why you're happy doesn't come from outside. It comes from inside, and you can find that inside you, and when you find that inside you, you can choose to be happy. You can choose to be joyful. You can choose to be grateful. It's not something that we're born with. It's not something that only a few of us have. It's a choice. And it's not something that you choose once and it's going to stick with you for the rest of your life. It's a choice you might have to make every day. It's a choice you might have to make every hour. Maybe it's a choice you have to make every 10 minutes. And it's still a choice. And in making that choice, you're going to enjoy your life better. Your stress is going to be down, and you'll be able to spend these holiday times with families without being stressful. You'll be grateful that you can see them. You'll be grateful that you have family. You'll be grateful that you don't have to be, you can choose to be with them. And it really does shift your mindset. I know if you've ever seen me talk, you've probably seen the mindset exercise where we look at the different colors. We can do it now in case you haven't seen it. Look around you and find some things that are blue. Um, I'm giving you a lot of options. I'm wearing a blue shirt. There's blue around me. So kind of come up with 10 to 15, 5 to 10 things around you that are blue. And once you've got those in your mind, memorize them, go ahead and close your eyes. And now, while your eyes are closed, think about 5 to 10 things around you that are red. No peeking, just imagine those red things. I know it might be a little hard. Okay, go ahead, open your eyes. And now see if there's red things you missed. I have the red in my sign back there, the red easy button. There's some red in my dolphin. That's 3 red things on the screen. Are there other red things you've missed? If you're like most people, when your eyes were closed, you could remember all the blue and you saw all the blue and you could think of the blue. And you might have recalled a couple red. And when you opened your eyes, there was probably red around you that you didn't even notice. And that's because we do find what we look for. Our mind finds what it's looking for. So if we're looking for gratitude, if we're looking for joy, if we're looking for ways to have fun with our family, to enjoy it, to really celebrate the holidays, we're going to find that. Similarly, if we're looking for all the things wrong, if we're looking for that relative and how last year they really did this to me and I still haven't forgiven them, we're going to find those things too. We are going to find what we look for, and we can choose what we look for. We really do have a choice. Um, and the choice makes everything that we do possible. One of my coaches actually, he has an event called The Choice, Alexander Ford, but he talks about, and he's done a lot of studying, and how if we're not getting what we want, or if we're not getting the results we want, it's probably because we don't really want it. We don't enjoy it. We're not doing what we love. And that has to do with your values and knowing what's important to you and knowing your why. So if yes, you can choose to be happy, but you can also choose what you're doing. If you're not getting results you want, if your life is not what you want it to be, maybe look at what those choices are. Look at what is important to you. What's your values? What's your why? What's your purpose? And do the things you want align with those? Do you really want them? I thought that there was things I wanted, and when I really thought about them, I realized, no, I didn't really want them. I was actually getting what I wanted. Because 'cause we're probably getting what we want, we're getting what we asked for, and if that's not what we think we want or not making us happy, we need to figure out what it is that we're asking for that's not making us happy and why. It has to do with our values, it has to do with being grateful for what we're getting, it has to do with our choices. And the key thing is none of that is external. It's all inside of us. Now, I know this is a lot, and I know you're probably not going to be able to change your life in a second. Maybe you are. Maybe you can start thinking this way and your life will get immeasurably better. It'll definitely get a little bit better. I guarantee it. And it is something that's going to require over and over again. I can't just wake up and say, I'm grateful. I choose joy. This is what I want in my life and I'm going to get it. And then if I sit there and wait for it, maybe I'll get it for a little bit. Yet it's a constant process. Gratitude is a way of life. Joy is a way of life. Living the life you desire is a way of life. It's something you need to work on every day. Something you need to do every day and choose every day. So these are all big pictures. And if you'd like to talk about them, you can book a call with me. Book Lori, LORI.net. Book a free call and let's talk about it. Let's talk about your life. Let's talk about gratitude and the choices you're making. Yet I want to give you all something for the next couple days and the next couple months because I know holidays can be stressful. I know family isn't always all it's cracked up to be. I'm not going to get to see my family for Thanksgiving. I get to see my adopted family, which I chose them, so I'm happy to see them. There's not as much stress since I chose this family, yet there's still stress. You never know. There's stress within my immediate family, having Hunter come home from school, spending time with Frank. Yet it's a choice. It's something I'm grateful for, and it's something I want. And so, a couple things you can do between now and the holidays, some quick takeaways. First, get a journal and write down things as they come to you. I journal every morning. The first thing I do is, well, first I listen to a simple meditation, and then I journal. I start with 3 things I'm grateful for every single morning, and I write them down, and I read them, and I think about them. And then I write a page or 2 of whatever pops into my mind. I don't think about it, I just write, and it just comes to me. So get a journal and start writing. Start with 3 things you're grateful for every day. And then at the end of the night, celebrate. In that same journal, write down 3 things you can celebrate from that day. Do this every day. Do this every day for a month, 2 months, 3 months, from now till the end of the year, and it's gonna change your outlook. It's going to change the way you feel, and it's going to change your choices. So that's one thing you can start doing that'll get you set up to have the holidays with gratitude. Another tip is regarding your breath. Your breath has so much effect on how you think and how you feel. So if you're going to a Thanksgiving celebration with family or a Christmas celebration or some other holiday where you're going to be spending time with family, where you're going to be spending time stressful, take some time before you do that and focus on your breath. It could be very simple. Sit quiet and take 10 deep belly breaths. Breathe in, fill up your stomach through your mouth and breathe out. Do this 10 times. Or maybe you want to do box breathing. It's inhale for the count of 4, hold for the count of 4, exhale for the count of 4, hold for the count of 4. You can do this breath before the holidays. You can do this breath anytime you're feeling a little extra stress in the middle of a family dinner. Excuse yourself, go to the bathroom, do a minute or so of breathing. The breath is going to help regulate your nervous system. It's going to help calm you down. And then while you're breathing, think about all you're grateful for. So that's another thing you can do over the next couple days, over the next couple months to help you deal with the stress of the holidays. And then remember that everything is a choice and you can choose how you react. When you know your why, when you know what's important to you, when you know your values, those choices are easier. Yet it's always a choice. You can choose to be angry or you can choose to be grateful. You can choose to let something go or you can choose to make that comment that's not going to make anyone feel good. You can choose to say something that pops into your head that's not kind, or you can choose to keep it to yourself. You can choose to smile, or you can choose to frown. They're all choices. And if you make the choices of gratitude, of joy, of fun, of adventure, I guarantee you're going to have a much better holiday. So, once again, if you found this interesting, if you want to talk more, I would love to talk to you. Booklori.net. Just book a call with me. I'm not going to be available next week. I'm taking a group of people to Utila, Honduras for a retreat, but I will be here through Friday, through the holidays, and I'm happy to have a call. Or in December, my calendar has lots of time. I'd love to talk with you. Booklori, Lori.net. Um, Let me know what you're struggling with. Let me know what you're doing amazing with. And I'm excited about the holidays. I'm excited about 2026. There's going to be some new things coming. Monday Mindset Mastery may be getting sunsetted as we start a new TV show. And I'm looking forward to that. So have an amazing day. Have an incredible holiday week. Happy Thanksgiving if you're in the US. And go out there and choose to be extraordinary. I know you all are. Choose to share it with the world. Thank you and have an incredible day. I love you all. Bye bye.